On behalf of the Vanu Sovereignty, I, Henry Briggs, aka Papa Vanu, do hereby welcome you to the inaugural running of the Auraxis Games! Today you'll be witnessing the highly evolved skills of Rage Quit outfit representing the will of Vanu in mortal combat against the valiant freedom fighters of 20R Gaming representing the new conglomerate. I dare say the very fate of Auraxis rests upon the outcome of this battle. May the most enlightened team win!
It's your man, Pooh Nanners, your Texas caster and hype master and harbinger of freedom himself. And we have got ourselves a good one today. We're going to jump right into it. They're already starting the ceremonies. We'll go a little bit about how this whole thing works. But let's go ahead and take a look at this opening ceremonies. We've got the force commanders, I believe, in channel. Can I hear you guys? Can you say something for me?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, there they are.
Hello.
Yeah, so that sounds good. I believe they are all here, ready to go. I'm going to put my name where it's easier to see. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. All right, so let's get into this open ceremony, guys. Walk us through it. Excuse me, guys. I actually have to add the audio channel to that one. All right, now we're here. All right, so what's going on, man? What are we going to expect? Give me this opening ceremonies.
It's kind of weird because you're on two different factions and yet we've become two of the closest allies there is in planet side.
Now, I do understand the rules are convoluted. I have the rule book here. We're going to go over it on stream after we get this opening ceremonies going. What about the other force commanders? What do you guys got to say about this?
On behalf of the Rage Quit Gaming community, I just want to welcome everyone to the event tonight. We're very excited to present the inaugural Auraxis Games in association with 20R Gaming and Punanners Play. We've got a great program for everyone tonight, and we hope everyone has as much fun with it as we do.
All right, exciting announcements all around. Well, what are you guys going to do here? We're going to do like a 50-gun salute. What's happening out here in the sanctuary?
Well, can't shoot in the sanctuary, unfortunately, or we would probably do that.
Well, if that is our opening ceremonies, I'm going to go over what the games are going to be with everybody back at home. So let's come back to these cameras. And there we go. Oh, it is a long list of things. Guys, the rule book, I actually have the rule book right here. It is massive. They came up with so many rules, and they were told they didn't have enough rules, but we were going to go through it one page at a time so everyone understands what's happening. Now, I do know the schedule right now. We have game one that's coming up like right away. Then they're going to go game two, convoluted scoring all around. We built a special scoreboard so that hopefully we'll be able to keep track of it. But let's go ahead and go through the rules. And, oh, well, this is I guess it actually makes sense. All right, never mind. Okay, guys, we're going to get right into this match. It's convoluted scoring. We're going to try to make sense of it. I just know that what's important is that they kill each other and capture the base. All right, so where are we launching from first, you said? Iron Key?
That base, yes.
Iron Place.
Yeah, so the VS is just going to go ahead and move to Construction Site Alpha, and NC move
Fort
to
Drexler?
Fort Drexler.
Yeah, I see you guys are on Fort Drexler. I had to do that thing I like to do where I say ally activity.
All right, guys, Rage Quit and 20R, move to your bases and wait in the spawn.
I don't feel like I can hear anything in this game. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is there. What are we doing, guys? We're just team killing now? What was that about, guys? All right, we got ourselves a neutral base. The timer has started, as you can see. Everybody lining up to go ahead and take that neutral takedown. Already, the Vanu got it. Are they doing this invisible styles? I think they are. We can't even see who did it. NC are trying to capture it by themselves. Already, we're getting ourselves a little bit of an air fight. Let's go ahead and check out this aerial battle. I heard these guys actually whoa, it just went from day to night. I heard these guys had a conversation earlier. They're like, they don't have any pilots on their team. We can hold them back. And they aren't even kidding about that. I feel like I need to back the camera out a bit more and use the zoom feature. Okay. I feel like this is the old days of playing where like Higby would come in and just rapid cycle between day and night. Ah, the Vanu are starting to rush in. Let's check out this attack. Already, two on the ground. One's getting back up. Hell of a res coming in. None of these guys with real names on them, so you just got to hope you know who they are. Oh, man. Nice trade. A little bit of a refrag there. They're going to see if they can get him back up and running. Oh, no. He actually went for the flank while their backs were turned, but they did not fall for it. Great coverage coming in here from the NC. 20R really doing it as Rage Quit tries and dies, but they do take that little nest away from them, that little cubby hole, as one NC guy holds on, just hoping for an opportunity to res his buddies. But it doesn't matter. They set up really nice tactical position there. One guy close, one guy far away. These guys actually understand how to shoot people down. Now, this is a neutral base, so those of you who don't understand the rules of the game, if it was a neutral base, you can actually steal the timer away, so you don't have to, like, empty out the timer and then regain it. So it's going to go back and forth, and you can just, they can let the Vonu capture it this entire time, and then at the last second, take it away from them. Let's zoom in a little bit here on the camera. We got ourselves some res grenades, one of my favorite weapons. Oh, they're getting flanked here as well. The Vonu coming in behind him. They had themselves a beachhead. See if he can retain it. Oh, one guy trying to retain this beachhead for the rest of his team. Oh, and he gets knifed for his troubles. Pure brutality as the Vonu 20R really holding it down. Already, we've got ourselves a beacon on the point. They're putting the beacon down. Too late, they already at least got one guy on it. Vonu really laying it in as NC run out of time. The NC have coming in mass. They're going to be able to flip it. Now, it doesn't mean anything for them to flip it, though. They're going to have to hold on to it because that timer continues to run north, regardless of who's on it. Nice tactical clumping here. Clumping can work as long as you don't do it too much. The Vonu are starting to circle around, trying to work themselves on a flank, going up, down, and around. Path of least resistance, move like water. Oh, the Vonu really lighting it up, but this guy's going to need some heals. They don't have a medic around back. Oh, he sees him. He's coming for it, going for the res. Put him down, put trouble on this door. You'd think they would swing around at this point after lighting up that door and everyone assumes that they're here. The message would get out to the platoon leader that they are here, that they would swing around the left side and come back, you know, path of least resistance, but they are not doing that completely. You're starting to see a little bit of that, but both doors are reasonably well covered. Yeah, they got there. They don't want to get completely pulled out. One of my favorite bait moves, and 20R takes it down. 4 minutes and 20 on the clock. Does the clock keep going? You get the 1 point at least.
Medic here, I'll patch you up.
I'm not entirely sure of the rule set. I did read through the rules once, and I was like, I'm thoroughly confused. So I'm going to make you guys a scoreboard that you can control remotely, and you just let us know who got points. Those of you just tuning in, I am Poon Enters, as evidenced by that thing right there. Inner Texas caster and hype master. And the harbinger of freedom, as we always say. Squee! Good friends of Archie here is gracious enough to host me and various friends. Been playing this game since the beginning. And we been friends with Rage Quit for a long time, too. They quit for a while, come back, quit, come back. And longtime friends with the 20R guys. And they decided, you know what, hey, let's stage our own competition. And it kind of evolved. And the next thing you know, it's become what it is today. The Auraxis Games. I did not get a chance to put purple stuff in my hair, though. I want to really Hunger Games it up, you know? Wanted to do something special. Neon blue. It already is neon blue. You're changing it to what it already is. You want to, like, change backgrounds and stuff, man. Do things like that. Or, you know, I mean, well, the one thing you can't do is load up a second camera. You know, we don't want to do anything like that. But what we are going to do is hop right back into the game once we're ready to rock and roll on the next match. So we're going to see what's happening right now. Wait for Shadow to get our next round up and running. I can see that they still have, like, a beacon out on the hill. We started back up. I made the joystick that way, no longer paging. Instead is this camera. It's fun stuff. I am watching the NC in their spawn room on Iron Key. Are we going to a different base?
It's just going to be a attack and
oh, that's right. Attack
there.
defense. Attack defense. I remember now. That's right. And whoever took the base the first time would end up being the defenders. Got you. All right. All right. So we're going to back out a little bit and try to see if we can actually find where the Vonu are going to come from. And let's go ahead and switch to it right now. Assuming my buttons, I have to press them harder than I think I do. I think that's the problem I've been having. Look at this sexy gal. I've been doing professional esports casting for a while, so I just got used to them, so I had to buy them. It's Sennheiser or something. If you DM me on Discord or Twitter, I can send you a link. They plug into like an actual sound mixer, though. All right, they are battling it out. All 12 dropped right on the point. They are not messing around. But I don't know if the NC are going to take this one sitting down. I mean, everybody's immediately down on the point. They brought a Max with them. For as long as the Max going to hold himself up, he's probably going to catch a couple of C4, and that was right there already just 8 full face, either C4 or personnel lines. I'm not entirely sure what he got there, but holy crap, he caught a load of it. From the delay on it, it felt like it was a guy dropping a bunch of C4 and detonating them all at once. And since he didn't immediately go down, I'll have to assume he was running flak armor. But a few more bullets, and that was the end of it. promise, what are you watching? You are watching the Auraxis Games being held on Jaeger between Rage Quit and 20R. They have staged a whole bunch of games, including taking over bases, which is what's happening right now. You have an attacker defending switch happening right now. The NC clearly have the advantage. A point system that only makes sense to the guys who organized it. Already, we've got ourselves some Vanu on the point with full control. As much time as they may give them. It's a whole 4 minutes to be able to try to capture it, though. You know, I don't think I actually know the 20R guys. I'm a longtime NC player, and but when I first started getting into the character of Poo Niners and recognized for it, I was playing for Rage Quit. So they were like, I started out mostly like talking about science and technology and playing dubstep, and then I got into Freedom and like started playing Freedom Rock, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the way to go. All right, the Vanu's still holding it onto it, but only one guy on this point, though. It's not going to be enough for them to keep going. Rage Quit really need to step it up or go for a flank if they want to get in there. There are a handful of things that are banned in these matches, a gentleman's agreement between both of them, so that might be why you're not seeing them. I know there's like a limit of 2 maxes or something like that, like total for like the entire round or something. So no max crashes. None of that nonsense. Ooh, apparently I'm clearing basic training now. So that's good news. Now the Vanu have taken up this back set of steps, which, I mean, it's good for getting kills, but you don't want to drop into that farming mentality when you're in a competition. You need to constantly press forward. It's all about working the objective. Like if you're used to going and taking alerts like it would be with VCO on NC on Emerald, then you would know all about taking that point and not working the farm. Ain't about that KD, it's about getting that win. And that's where you remember that you have an objective. All right, we got our second max out for the Vanu right here. That has allowed them to take it. Will it allow them to keep it? All right, it looks like the NC are starting to mush in on the center point. With nobody there to defend it, the nooch is up. And the capture is in. And it looks like I'm somehow getting XP off of this. I'm down for that. Oh, and the NC have pulled their max too. They waited for the Vanu to pull both their maxes, to blow their load on maxes, so to speak. And it looks like they either pulled one or... No, pulled both their maxes at the same time, basically saying, all right, now you have no way to get in here. Now, I'd say Light Assault with C4 is a really great way to deal with maxes. It's one of my favorite ways to deal with maxes. But it does not look like it's going to happen here. Oh, man, Rage Quit just getting their pants pulled down and getting spanked with moon rocks. The Freedom is all about it. The maxes are playing forward. They already know they've won, so they're just like, let's just get ourselves some kills. But a lot of people don't realize that competitive communities can get toxic really, really quick. So you have to work really hard to keep everybody happy. And Planetside, too, competitive communities, they're so big because it's such a big game that it becomes almost impossible to keep everyone happy. And so it's almost going to always be doomed to failure unless you convince everybody you're just playing a silly casual thing. But these guys have been best friends as outfits for a while, so this is a friendly match. There's nothing major on the line, just them having fun. And that's why we're going to keep having fun. Merger smash between Miller and Cobalt. Emerald, no, dude, Emerald Connery would be a bloodbath. We should not do that. I play on Emerald, right, and I get repeatedly murdered. It's a tough game. I can get a handful of kills, lots of reses. I can have a good time. I go to Connery, I blink at somebody, they die. Give us Matheson back. Emerald's not bad, Walmart. It's not bad. All right, the clock is already done. And apparently that was worth 10 points. So this is the point system I was telling you about. Like, none of it makes any sense. I don't know what's going on. The clock is over, so are they just having fun now? What's going on? Shadow at some point is going to come in the channel and be like, yeah, okay, yeah, we were just goofing. So we're going to do a few games, apparently. I thought the games were more than one round. I do remember they sent me this super convoluted, what's it called? Yeah. So we have a warm-up round, we have round 1, and then round 2. So they're supposed to have another round. Arshi's been teaching me the ropes. I've been teaching Arshi how to make things look pretty, which is funny because that's like literally his job is making things look pretty. He's like, wait, I know how to do this. The only difference is the camera. And he's been teaching me the like jillion buttons you have to press to do streaming. Well, like to do the social side of it. I'm a nerd. I don't know anything about socializing. All right. Looks like we're ready to rock and roll. Let's go. All right, the NC are getting loaded up into their buses. I'm so tempted to jump out of the camera and just into a bus, but then I would get shot. And that wouldn't work out well for me. Oh, we're already having to deal with some AV turrets lighting up the sunroof before they can even get there. Bet they're regretting not pulling some kind of other vehicle. Zigzag, buddy, zigzag. That's some baller driving. I love hearing that long distance sound. The sound design in this game is one of my favorite things. Just from way back here, you just hear boom. Boom. Oh no, the Sunderer going down. So the other one was able to sneak around the side. Oh, don't give away your position like that. That's how they get you. I was hoping they would just park back there, and they give away their position. This could be a tricky move. I don't know that I would have agreed with this. I think they've already felt like they're so far ahead in points that it doesn't matter too much. I don't know. That's not the move I'd have made. They're allowed to go. I guess they got all that armor on. They figured they might as well just use it. Already the NC have dropped in on the point. They were starting to nooch it there. One man in the background. Nope, two men in the background were able to get in. NC are trying to establish themselves a beachhead. They currently do not have themselves a beacon that I can see. The beacon would have been the first thing I thought I'd seen hit the ground. I'm not entirely sure what 20R is thinking right here. Lighting himself up a Wraith Flash. Coming in from the side, trying to put down little Vanu instigators. This right here is what I call a casual attack. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what they're doing. They're trying to lure out those early maxes because it's the same strategy that they did last time. They're like, we're going to play, make you spend the 2 maxes you're allowed to use, and then we're going to come at you with double maxes. Archie working the mod over here. Thanks, Archie. I appreciate that. All right, so I just got stuck watching these guys, trying to hope that they could get the news point. I don't know what 20R is doing. I think that they are doing what I accuse them of doing, and that is they are just taking their time trying to draw out those 2 maxes. Because each team, if I remember correctly from the rules, only gets 2 maxes. All right, well, it is all just kind of nothing's really going to happen at this point. I'm not entirely sure if they're running invisible styles. I don't know who's capturing the point. There is one guy on the point. But it's not going to do them any good, considering it's a 4-minute captured base. RGQT. They're gauge quit now. Gauge quit. I do believe that is it for them, but we're going to try to see if the NC does anything interesting. Now, 20R put up such a strong showing in the first 2 rounds that I don't know what happened here. Did they put in the B team? Did their alcohol just kick in? Were Rage Quit just sandbagging? It's so confusing because this is such a large shift in what we saw 20R just do 2 rounds ago. All right, it's the final battle for all it's going to do them. You get prorated based on how much you've captured, I guess, or how much time is left on the clock. I do remember, like, time to capture actually mattered in the middle of a tie. There are points that come out based on how much time is left or how long it took you to capture it.
Enemy soldier down.
So there is a little bit of that. I guess that keeps you going. I do remember reading that in the rule book, but as you saw, the rule book is now just a bottle of 151 Everclear. So interesting right here, because the NC getting a little bit of a beachhead to put in the effort. I didn't even see them pull a max. See, the NC technically have 2 maxes they could have pulled this round, and not a single one came out. Their initial charge of that Sunderer was really strong at first, and then they kind of just went head first into the AV turrets. Which I was hoping that they went ahead first to AV turrets to kind of like lull the Vanu into a false sense of security. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Granted, I'm not Walmart greeter, so when it comes to strategy, effective strategy in this game, I have no idea what I'm doing. Keep on rooting, though. They got 25 seconds to go. We'll see if they can make it happen. I think they may have taken down that beacon. I am not seeing any more pain train coming in from this section. So we'll see if there's any more logistics on the other side of the map. I'm not seeing any evidence of logistics coming in from the NC. See a tank coming in, but oh, that's Gilquist trying to fight it out with the Sunderer. He's got his booty shoved right up this questionably shaped set of rocks. All right, I do believe that is technically the end of the round. So that's the end of that round, as best I can understand from the rules that I have read. And if I remember correctly, they get like a time bonus, fastest cap or something. So like I think there's a total of like 20 points that can be awarded. So we see 20 points on the board. So that all the points have been awarded for this round. And from what I understand, we're going to have ourselves a short break, 5 minutes for everybody to, like, you know, go and use the restroom, have some water and what have you, and then set up for the next match. Have fun playing with the lights as we get a little bit of discussion about what's going on here. Those of you in the chat, man. Yeah, Warhalo is the founder and leader of Rage Quit. That is correct. It's been a long time. Warhalo and I go way, way back. I think through like 2 divorces and like 8 children. And like, you know, a couple of cashed in alcoholic chips, you know, all kinds of things. I mean, I was even, me and him were even in Nom together. We go way back. You know what, though? Anybody got any predictions going right now? Right now, as you saw, the score is 11-9, so real close. We got ourselves 2 more base capture rounds, and let's go ahead and take a look at these rules again. Second game, third game, and then we have some bonus games. We have a bunch of, we have a closed round of flash races with no basilisks. Then we have an open round where you can load it out any way you want to. Oh, sorry, no basilisk, no cloak for the first closed round. In the open round, load out any way you want to. And then they have a chaos round. Anything is legal. If you die, you can come back in infantry and TK anybody. They're basically going to repeat the same thing, but with harassers. And then we're going to end off with a closed round and a chaos round of knife fighting, which ought to be fun. This is the kind of fun that we always like to have, most of us that are in long-time outfits, at the end of a hard-fought night over alert points and goodies. Hey, what's up, man?
So the next game is going to happen at Wayne, right? So the same thing is going to happen, but on that base. The NC actually has an advantage over there because they have construction site Epsilon. So you're going to start from spawn room in there.
If you do exclamation point giveaway 3, you can enter into a giveaway for some game codes. $1,700 worth of game codes have been donated by 20R and Rage Quit Gaming communities. Everybody just piled in all the game codes they had, so you can get yourself some free games. Seems like a great idea to me. We use gleam.io for everything, so if you just type in exclamation point giveaway 3, that's the current one going on right now for the next 30 minutes. It will tell you everything you can do to get like as many tickets as you can into there, and then I go in and I say, all right, this many people are the people that win, and I press a button and it rolls dice and gives me emails, and then I send those emails codes. So make sure you type in your email right, otherwise like you probably wouldn't get it. All right, we are 8 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. Already holding on to Douchebag Mountain. We've already got NC holding on to Wainwright Armory. As you know, it's the same as we saw in the first round. The very first base capture is neutral. And it's only worth 1 point, but it does decide who's going to be the defenders and the attackers going into the next 2 rounds. But there's a caveat. When it is a neutral base, the timer continues to go no matter who captures it. So it doesn't really serve you well to be in there early. You're better off hitting it with lasher spam, trying to drop people's frame rates, and swooping in with 30 seconds left on the clock to take it. We've already got ourselves a Max pulled down here, and the Max is going down. I hope somebody saves him. I don't think they can really afford... Oh, no, maybe they're not allowed to res them after they go down because he is cooked. It's just one of these battles. Warhalo, do you remember when we would deal with massive Zergs in a base and we couldn't take it because the Zergs were way bigger than we ever were? So what we would do is we would all get up on a mountain, about 2 platoons worth of guys with lashers, and we'd fire so much lasher spam in the base that it would cause people's games to crash. Vonu technology at its best. With 1 minute and 25 left on the capture, this may be done. Oh, the flank is coming around, but they didn't come in with enough guys. 2 versus 8, but the Max is coming in for the cleanup. Can he get there before the medics actually do the job? No one is on the turret. That might do it. Another goes up and down. We've got a freaking Vonu medic trying to knife people as he reses people. The Vonu are coming inside. We see lots of medic reses coming in from the NC, but the Vonu have taken it at the last second to actually capture the point with 1 minute 10 left. Wow. Absolutely amazing push coming in from Rage Quit. This may be just the point they need to tie things up, but a Max has come in. Max versus Max. If they keep alive, he's only got half health. That's not going to be enough to take him down. Oh, it is. I cannot believe that that was enough, man. Everybody knows the Scat Max is a Scat Man indeed. As apparently a beacon is sitting right on top of this point, and the Steel Rain comes down to hold it down. The NC are not going to go down without a fight as the point starts working its way to Nooch. Might have been too little too late. 45 seconds left on the clock. Can they make it happen? I think they can. Rocket primary completely misses. Man, but those NC are still alive. They're not being finished off. Knife attack, knife attack. It's not enough. Oh, it is. 2 of them go down. 1 left alive. That right there is a nice refrag with only 2 men left on the point and 30 seconds left. They better flood this point quick because they know the NC are going to. I'm hearing planes come in. I'm hearing steel rain drop in. It is going down and the NC are going in for the steel rain. Here comes the drop. Here comes the nooch. No Vonu to stop them with 20 seconds on the clock. They really got to dial this up to next level if they want to make it happen. Oh, and that's gotta sting. Let's get some F's in chat for Rage Quit. I don't think they're gonna be able to recover with this with only 15 seconds left. Oh man, I'm not even seeing it. I'm not hearing the appropriate things. I can see myself a Valkyrie in the background, but I don't think that Valkyrie is gonna be fast enough as this base goes down in history as being captured by 20R with 5 seconds left on the clock. It is all over, son.
The facility is ours.
Oh, Rage Quit. We're so close, but not close enough. Let me get ourselves another base.
Allegedly.
Now, predictions, though. We pulled our cards a little early for this one. Is that what happened, Norwal? Call somebody if you need help. Call me if you need help. All right. Hey, my hair's still holding up. I think I had to hairspray it like 8 times to get the stuff to stay up here. All right, everybody's locking in to the spawn room right now. Yeah, the side camera's fun, ain't it?
Good enter starting in 30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds. I'm ready to rock and roll. I see we're 12-9. 20R is up by 3 points. We're going into the legit round 1 in this fight for Wainwright Armory. 20R is going to be defending, and Rage Quit is going to be attacking. Oh, they have people on Douchebag Mountain to distract them from the flank. Brilliant move coming from Rage Quit, and I think it's going to pay off. They will have to rush in super quick, though, thanks to the Sunderer. And it looks like already one or two of the NC have spotted this Sunderer, though, so they may have already radioed back to their team that they're over there. That gives them a spot on 1, but not on 2. But they do know what's coming in from the side and no longer have to worry about the cliff side. All right, here comes the final attack. Because it's only going to take 1 coming in from Rage Quit with this level of flanking. As they run up the side of the hill, the high ground is taken, Anakin. Let's see if you can actually take it from them. Already, 2 have been decapitated. Another one's coming in for the knife. Is he going to be able to do it? No. He doesn't even go cloak. Rushing in like a madman, doing that cloak and dagger attacks. But, unfortunately, there's a beacon right on the point, and that they did not plan for. Providing NC exactly what they needed. Is the medic trying to heal another NC player? What is this move? That's a me move right there. Just I've got a med gun. Please don't kill me. Oh my god. Anyway, they are trying their hardest to take this base. I thought they had it. Nice res on the point. The Vonu are now currently working on the capture. So this is exactly what we were wanting to see from Rage Quit on the Vonu, actually taking the base. A little bit slower than I hoped, but only 3 minutes into the match, they have got it, and that is not bad. You do not want to attack fortified positions like this from 1 angle of attack. You need to do as many angle of attacks as you can, a minimum of 2. It looks like they're starting to work around the other side. I would have sent a whole bunch of drifter jets across the top to carpet bomb them with C4. They do not have the necessary, oh, they do, never mind. Let's just say they don't have the necessary logistics to hold on to this point, but with that beacon on top, they are going to be able to hold on to it. But backing up a Sunderer directly on top of it will buy these guys all the time they need and the logistics they need to rapid pull people onto this point. And that will allow NC to be able to recover this, unless someone's going to C4 this poor thing, or he drives very poorly. It could have cost them the point, but no, I think the Vonu may be able to hold on to it. That mistake may have cost them everything. But 4 NC on top of the point, and not enough people dropping Steel Rain on it. It looks like the NC are capturing it in spite of the failure of their burning Sunderer that has now exploded. And that is worth a shot, baby. All right, well, we got ourselves a little bit of an attack coming up on A point. I see a good 6, 7 guys taking, and that was a good C4 explosion for sure to take everybody down. definitely was not just a simple grenade doing the things that I would have liked to have seen coming in from the Vonu. But I do think that they are starting to get the upper hand. The A point is starting to flip. We do not see a backup Sunderer on the way. We still see no beacon, actually, from either side. It looks like that beacon got taken down. They're going to need some kind of logistics. I would have hoped that they'd have figured out some way to get a Sunderer up here, maybe a Gal drop, something. They need some logistics to hold on to this, though, because the NC are just going to keep spawning in rapidly and faster than they could ever hope to. Considering that they only have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock, they're going to capture this in overtime if they can, but it's so much time they have to hold on to it. And considering how strong the NC have been on this point and the fact that they're probably going to just pull another Sunderer, all right. So right now we see a great push coming in from the NC. They're about to capture that A point. There are no Vonu sitting on the point. Their beacon has been taken out. They don't have a backup beacon. They got a couple people standing on the tower. Nope, dead guy on the tower. One guy rocket priming on the tower. You would hope that sitting on the tower that you had somebody probably that could be a little more effective, like an infiltrator or something like that, could take some sniper shots. Or at the very least, throw some guys up here, could toss themselves some C4 and just detonate it all at once you lost your foothold. But with the clock, with only 50 seconds left, and with only a minute 20 left to turn it back, the Vonu are going to really have to step it up if they want to catch this in overtime. Oh, man, bringing in the Max Crash for the final push. Catching it with 40 seconds left. Had to use both their maxes. But you know what that means. Once you pulled your two maxes, the NC are going to do the same. Answer in kind. And unless you have guys ready with C4, that's going to be one hell of a loss coming in. Bring back Zoe Maxes. Man, remember Zoe Maxes were fun back in the day. Oh, man. Remember when, like, the Scat Max, all you had was that dash? Oh, it was so lame. All right, Scat Max took out one Max. They're trying to res him, though. And two Maxes down. All he has to do is rush in. The two Maxes were down. That other Max could have finished everybody off. That other Max doesn't have enough health to stay alive. There's no engineer to give him what he needs. He's going to go in for a final attack to try to do something about it. But that Max is going to finish him off first. There's no way that NC Max loses that fight. But he runs back. He didn't need to run back. He had everybody dead to rights, but there's no one on him. So he's too afraid to make the push. With the quad shotguns on either arm, he could easily clean this up if he was a half-decent Max. Oh, and they res their Max again with like 5% health. Man, he wasn't playing heavy enough. If they had me there yelling for the NC, they would have charged in like a bunch of fools, because that's what I'm good at. We got ourselves a Spitfire here trying to protect the A point, doing its job. Little Spitty doing a great job, giving him a minute and 15 left on the clock. They actually might be able to hold this down as they keep one of their Maxes alive. They keep those other two Maxes from being resurrected. They will have this one in the bag. Coming down on a minute. NC are really trying. The NC are really dying. They got to come around to the other side to keep from frying, and they aren't doing it, and it's killing me. With 20 seconds left, though, I do believe they have this one. 20R are going to go back to the drawing board. They're going to figure out what it takes to take this base, because they're not going to be defending this time. Now they're going to be attacking. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Jetpack Johnny, but no C4. I was hoping Jetpack Johnny was going to drop some C4 right there on the A point, take out his Max, and the engineer covering him, and he didn't do it. You just don't see a lot of C4 fairies anymore. And I'm obsessed with the C4 fairy life. I'm a ground pounder all day long, but C4 fairy life is my life. And Rage Quit picks up those 9 points. I believe it's 9. Or is it 8? It's 9. I don't know. We're about to see the scoreboard change at any moment when Shadow updates it. Come on, Shadow. Shadow, there are the points. The fight's over. There's our points. 16-12. So, back to cameras.
Allegedly.
We're having a great time here on the Auraxis Games, presented by 20R and Rage Quit Gaming. Some old timers in the game. We have ourselves another round coming up between Rage Quit and 20R at Wainwright Armory yet again. This time we are switching attackers and defenders. Vonu will be defending the base. They did successfully capture it, putting them slightly in the lead. I believe the score is like 16-12. Granted, I'm feeling good and lit right now. And that is my happy place, because that's where freedom lives. Now, we're going to wait for this next round to get started. Shadow's going to probably pop in and say something to us about whenever it gets going. But until then, let's remind everybody that the next round of giveaways has begun. I have to press the button really hard. Let's go. Everybody's loading up into the galaxy. We didn't miss a damn thing. Galaxy battle time. Here we go. All right. Church is super boring. I don't know anybody would do it. Okay, so they're rocking and rolling. Here we come to this point. As everyone saw, everybody drops on the A point, but they didn't drop right on the A point. They dropped on the entrance. That is not... Oh, man, that is not what I consider a good tactic. You wanted to drop people on the backside on the A point, not on an entrance. And some people are good at flying. If you don't have Mad Hatter on your team as your gal pilot, you're probably going to die anyway. But that's okay. They've taken the A point. The Scat Max is looking for... Oh, going for a knife fight. It took 8 shotguns to bring him down, but certainly it did. But now they have to deal with the Vonu Sunderer and no AV weapons. One AV weapon. It's not coming up. Oh, as he just jumps over the barrier and puts the Sunderer right inside there. Just crams it in hard. Dang. This is PlanetSide, man. This isn't Pornhub. What the hell? All right, we got A point going down. We got one Scatmax trying to protect it, but he knows he can't actually save it. He can't prevent the point from going down, and down he goes. Vonu, Rage Quit, just rushing in there hard. 20 RF got to step it up if they're going to want to hold on to this. They got plenty of time. There's 8 minutes left on the clock. The base has not been captured yet. Oh, man. All right, so we've got the NC trying to drop down. We see some steel rain. We're not seeing a lot of guys come down. A little bit of lag before we can see them dropping explosions in the wrong place to try to take out the Sunderer. Sunderer is on fire. But the Sunderer has not quite exploded yet, but it will, because I do not see any engineers. Oh, I see a hint of an engineer trying to save this burning Sunderer. Is no longer burning, unburning, burning, unburning. All right, everybody is saving the Sunderer, so the Sunderer is up. That was a really good attack coming in from the NC. I was hoping that they could take out the Sunderer, but they did not, and that is going to cost them precious time. With 7 minutes left on the clock, they really got to burn that Sunderer, because that is a huge advantage coming in for the Vonu right here. All right, it is fully nighttime right now as the NC try to rush up this side. Everyone knows where they are. They've plugged up that entrance. You want to come up a different way, use yourself some Jetpack Johnny, some C4, something. You got a shock and awe. We see lots of mines on the ground, so that's going to be at least be something. Trying to bring down. There we go. They just totally destroyed that Sunderer with explosions that I love to see. I'm a man who loves himself some freedom and explosions. I live for that. That's what Freedom Eagles are made out of. But can they parlay those explosions into a capture? We're not seeing them make it past the preliminary line. We do see that they are taking out the Max, which is a primary threat, and we're seeing the A point start to go down. So as they try to hold on to it, we got ourselves a Valkyrie jumping over the point as they try to hot drop some people. They try to go. You know what they really should have done? Is he going to do it? No. I was hoping that they would actually drop a guy right here on the tower and take out this beacon, as that would give them the advantage that they really want. I don't know if they've even had time to recognize that there is a beacon sitting on top of this tower that needs to go down. But certainly there is. All right, well, we're going to keep an eye on this for just a little bit longer and see if they can actually make this happen. All right, we got ourselves some sneaky Vonu styles coming up from the backside. Light him up. Oh, but he met his end in a horrible way with only 1 minute and 10 seconds left. The Vonu try a final fancy push, but it is not going to be enough. Oh my God. One hell of an aerial attack that did not work out. If there was one man that was in the highway to the danger zone, it was definitely him, and it did not work out at all. As 1 Vonu, 2 Vonu, 3 Vonu rush the point, but we got ourselves a Scat Max coming for the cleanup, and down he goes. Good thing there is not a man to get in his way, because a Scat Max, oh, and it happened. I knew it was going to happen, that his engineer was going to step the wrong way and get wrecked. And if that Max steps the wrong way, oh, he didn't step the way I was afraid he was going to, but it doesn't matter. A mine was put right at his feet, and down he went. Now the Vonu are starting to resurrect their people and capture the point and buy themselves some more time. With 2 minutes left on the clock, NC really need to pile in. Psychological warfare out here for sure. We got ourselves some logistics, a beacon down from the Vonu, which I think is squarely going to give them the control that they need to hold this one down. We are starting to see ourselves some aerial attacks coming in from the NC. Little Valkyrie battle. I don't know if he can keep it up, though. Runs right into the rocks. Does not die for running into the rocks. That's how you know somebody's been flying for a while. His gunner's doing a good job, but it's really hard to gun people when your platform is that unstable. And I don't think it's going to be enough, but it may buy his NC time to get in there and get a piece of it. I don't know. He is lighting them up. They are having a hard time. They do not seem to have anti-air weapons on them, so it is giving them somewhat of an advantage. But the NC need to take advantage of this in order to rush that A point, in order to get that capture, because they are exploding about as fast as they're spawning. I do see a small blue advantage circling in amongst the dead bodies of the Vonu. And we're starting to see the point nooch and work its way to blue. Now, that is not enough time for them to have captured it under overtime. So they're going to lose a couple points for that. But it was still... Oh, no, wait. Yes, it'll still be enough points to put them in the lead if they can finish this capture. They got to hold on to it for 2 minutes and just a tad over 30 seconds, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And they might be able to pull it off. They got themselves some air superiority that may force the other team to try to pull 1, maybe 2 anti-air weaponry in order for them. The time, yeah, I can see the time. It's on 0, right? But it's overtime that we're allowed to go into. And by giving up those 2 or 3 people to try to deal with this, oh, that I did not see coming. They brought their own freaking Liberator to rain hail down on the point and to harass the Valkyrie when needed. Now it looks like somebody's actually firing some missiles from down below. I would suspect that's a Decimator because it was a very slow shot. This Liberator needs to be a little bit more nimble in his movement to avoid those shots, but that actually might be what they need. It doesn't look like they're really putting down the damage that they need to. As you can see, these guys are all still alive and scrambling. They don't have to be right on the A point where the Liberator is fighting. They just have to stay close enough to keep this Max from getting in there. This Max who's got literally nothing left in him. We got one man rushing on the point. Can they even see him? He's put down 1. He's put down 2. Oh, it's 4v1. The Max is rushing the point. It's not going to be enough with that Liberator overhead. The Vonu are coming in to take the base, but they have a clock on them that they are going to have to run out in order to get this win in overtime. One NC trying to put down that Max, and oh, man. We know anybody versus a Max. If you're not a Max, is not going to win. The Scat Max would have done it, but they've already burned both their Maxes. I do believe those are done for now. I'm not entirely sure. My God. We've got 2 beacons on the ground. The other beacon cannot last for long. Low beacon, high beacon. Lots of people on the point. I believe everyone is on the point right now from Vonu. The NC do not have an opportunity to get there. With a minute and a half, they could really use some pressure. Oh, the Valkyrie's trying to do something with this Tank Buster. The Tank Buster against the Valkyrie. You don't see that every day. Liberator's going on a run, and that might actually buy them what they need in order to take the A point. The Liberator's gone. They've got air superiority. Does he radio to his commander to say, go ahead and rush the point? I've got it held down. Do they jump out of the Valkyrie and just take it and go ahead and abandon the Valkyrie as the Tank Buster comes right back up the rear? Man, one hell of an aerial fight in order to try to hold on some domination. That Liberator pilot is so fast, it's hard for me to see him as he's taken just shot after shot. Someone's doing some anti-air missiles. The NC go and take the point back. That is the battle that we have all come to see. That is what gets the crowd ready and going and chanting to be happy that they are seeing the NC deliver the maximum amount of freedom on this point as they run a Liberator off of the Valkyrie. Who can do that? Who does that? Name me one person with a Valkyrie that can make a Liberator run away. I don't know. If they're anybody, they work for like BUA or Prey or Cray. I've never seen it in my life. I'm starting to think that 20R might have it, but we have ourselves a breach. The Vonu run for the A point. And I thought he was going to go for a knife, but instead he just gets exploded for his trouble. He was basically tasting that guy's ear. You saw that, right? He had his mouth right in his ear, and he's like, no, I don't need a knife. I'll just wait for me to explode. What kind of move is that? Doesn't matter. It worked out for him. He got resurrected. The A point is actually being captured. No, never mind. It did not work out. I thought it worked out. But that proves me wrong completely as A point ends up going right back into the hands of the Vonu. We do see lots of little skirmishes happening as the last of the NC get put down, as we see hell raining from the sky from the Vonu Liberator. Vonu Liberator and its penis gun doing a great job to lay waste to anybody trying to cover the A point. The Valkyrie actually about to get laid waste by that Tank Buster. I'm surprised the Valkyrie's not harassing the Liberator anymore. You're not seeing this, but you would expect to see it. The Liberator's trying. I'm frantically looking everywhere in order to figure out what's going on. The NC actually took it back in the confusion and are just dealing with the Liberators. All right, the NC actually take it. Let's get a look at that points as our referees crank it up. I think they gave the points to the wrong team. You should see this convoluted spreadsheet for the scores. It is absolutely ridiculous. It has calculators and stuff all built into it. And there's like 8 people logged into it, so there's like a whole lot of select boxes all over this dang thing. It's absolutely nuts. Normally, whenever people play and they do their fights, it's all about the alert. It's all about what bases you captured. All the nonsense doesn't count. Well, in this one, it does. Nonsense. This is where Rage Quit shines above a lot of the other outfits that I played with, is that nonsense matters just as much as regular old winning does. And that's why I love them. Especially the Voltron maneuver. Vonu, Warhailer, remember that? Y'all just angle just right. fly at the right speed, and then some ESF would come at you, and then 11 Burster Maxes would pop out the top of the galaxy, just on top of it, and just obliterate him, and then pop back in. I'm going to make myself another drink, and we will be right back. What? All right, so we are back. Remember that we have our giveaway still going. We have 2 more giveaways. That right now we are square into giveaway 5, and then our last giveaway, giveaway 6, coming up in 15 minutes. So be sure you sign up for those things and get yourself some game codes. I will personally be handling the handing out of those game codes. Be pressing a button, it gives you some emails, and I've got like a massive list of game codes. The number of codes that can be given out seems to, as the community keeps contributing, seems to keep expanding. So the number of codes that I give out is really going to be whatever the end amount of codes that I have. And then I give out, like when I first set it up last night was 47. And then I heard like another number that was like higher and then higher and higher. So it's whatever it is, it's going to be a lot of codes. And you have an opportunity to win 6 of them if you've been entering it each time. It's real close on one. They got themselves a best of 5 in order to try to win this one before we start having our shenanigan rounds. Let's hear some predictions. Who do you guys think is going to win? I'm watching a whole bunch of Vonu sitting inside their base on Edge Water Overlook. We are all playing on Hassan. A handful of rounds, best of 5, so minimum of 3 rounds in order to see who the grand winner is. I'm definitely smarter than a toddler. I've never lost the game of Y to a toddler. All right, the match has begun. That is what I was waiting for. Let's get into it. Hassan is such a beautiful planet as much as we hate playing on it. So I had to take a look. Just beautiful. This would look so good in VR. Anyway, so enough of VR. We've got ourselves the Vonu rush over the point. No one has captured the point yet. We got ourselves heavy battles. It looks like the NC actually knew where the Vonu were coming, and we're going to try to circle around and try to cheese their Sunderer immediately. We got a couple of sappers coming in. They're going to go for the sap. No, they're going to actually blow it up with rockets. I thought they were going to blow in with C4. I would have jetpacked in like Drifter Jet, C4, doesn't matter. Sunderer is down. They don't realize there's probably another Sunderer behind it, but it doesn't matter. They take it down. As we see, it looks like the Vonu actually rushed the point anyway. All right, we got ourselves a nice underground fight in the middle of the night. This is what I like to see. An underground fight in the middle of the night with NC's might. They'll make it right. Hey, there you go. Rhyme off the top of my head. All right, these guys are trying to make it happen. It looks like they brought themselves 1, maybe 2 quad maxes, catching Lasher spam right in the chest, but Lasher not really good at short distance. Everyone knows that. As these maxes get ready to line up and push in, and back channel max not going to help out. Back channel grenade also not. That barrier is really holding them back. Lots and lots of dirty, dirty smoke. And we got ourselves, ooh, a fully shielded and fancy turret operator here. He's here for backup. This is what happens. If someone makes it past the barrier by any stretch, he is going to just destroy them. Hopefully, not the rest of his team in the process. This is where the NC could have helped themselves out by circling around the side and trying to come in from more than one direction. It looks like that option would have been a much more difficult one, though, to pull off. There's not a lot of avenues open right now with the Nooch base. With only 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock, the Vonu may end up with the defense advantage on the first round here, but there is plenty of time to steal it away from them if the NC can find other avenues of attack that are not just straight up the middle. Get your scat maxes out of here. I love scat maxes, man. I live for that. Love a good max crash. Man, they are just eating the dirt quick. They need to toss us some grenades there. You can't just blind fire. You need some explosions, baby. Are you the NC or are you not? One guy gets in and immediately gets gunned down. This is why you need explosions. You need smoke grenades. You need flash grenades, flashbang, something, man. You need a shock and awe, stun before you get in there. The barrier's down at the very least, but that Lasher spam is really going to give you an AoE on that door that is not going to help you. And the explosions don't need to stop at the door. They need to be in the door. Still, very strong push coming in for the NC in spite of what they were fighting on this door. And it looks like they actually might be able to have taken it as they go and circle around the turret operator. There's still some Vonu getting up and running, rezzing their guys as the rest of the NC hit the ground. I really thought the NC might have had it there by some miracle that they would have stretched themselves in there. I did not want to believe it, but it looked like they really had the push on their side there. The defense, that's what you want to do. It's all about dividing the defense. Instead of rhyming, I should work on alliteration, right? Oh, and the Vonu take it. And the timer is up. That is it for the Vonu. The Vonu take it and get that extra point that will be added, I guess, shortly. And we will see it go to 19 to 18. And then the Vonu will be in charge. There it is. Oh, wait, no, they get 21 for that? Man, the math on these scores is so difficult. Anyway, so thus begins our onslaught of the last set of games. We are just waiting for them to reset this base. Oh, you're waiting for the admins to flip it to neutral? Too bad they didn't give you the ability to do that. I mean, I remember when we were first playing on Jaeger way back in the day with Planet-Side Battles, and we were like learning the commands. Like, oh, that's the command to flip it to neutral? People were just like making the whole thing light up. It's all right, man. We can handle some technical difficulty. We can sit here and just shoot it. You know what? You could actually pop into the voice chat, and we can have a chat, or you can put somebody else in here. You know what? You can put Gilquist in here, and we could talk some Vonu stuff. Come on, guys. Give me some variety. Change it up just a little bit. You can't change that. That's for me. I changed that. Not you. But everything else, you can change. And who doesn't like change? Who doesn't like things just a little bit different? Like this camera that we don't use anymore. So anyway, we are just waiting for this nooch. And then we'll see what happens. Ah, there we go. Make the desk pink. All right. So he said if E20 takes this, they win with 4 points. If not, the VS wins. Admin accounts are broken. No overtime. Cool. Hit the timer when ready. So we're about to jump right into this. We're just going to do ourselves just the last-ditch effort. All of the admin accounts apparently are broken. Don't know why. But it looks like one more match, and then we'll do, I'm assuming we'll still do our shenanigans, because that should still work even without admins. Guys, since we have nothing else better to do.
Yeah, let's watch this while my girlfriend destroys the kitchen.
I'm going to very, very slowly watch this guy. He's dancing for us. Oh, he's just running. He's running laps because he's bored out of his damn mind.
He's getting his cardio in, getting the warm up on.
I think I broke it. Damn. It's getting hard to watch. He just like zips back and forth.
If only there was a head tracker cam.
I can kind of be head tracker.
You just need very good ADHD.
Oh. Did we start? We did start.
Come
Okay.
over. Oh.
All right. I can see the clock is going, so we're definitely starting. Not right up the middle, guys. All right, I see they already sent a Valkyrie in ahead of time. No, that's an ESF. That's an ESF. I didn't expect to see one of those. You got to really come in from two different directions. You got to divide their fire. Definitely got to bring in both your maxes that you're allowed to have, because you really need to get in there. Once you push them out of that point, you should be able to hold on to it. It's one hell of a base. That it's got so much defensive position. It's just such a pain in the ass. And the thing is, if you don't know, like, the maze of this base, you're kind of hosed. All right, we're ready for this final battle between 20R and Rage Quit. 20R has to win this one. If they have to take this base down if they want to get this win. They are only trailing, but only slightly. All right, circle around. Is he running anti-vehicle weapons? He is. No, those are quads. They don't sound like quads, though. They shoot like quads, and they don't sound like them. I don't know what's going on there. Must be a weapon I'm not aware of. Nice. Expertly cleared out as the point goes captured. I did not expect them to just run in there and take it. That Max should be able to take... Oh, man. That Max was too busy shooting at the turret and not at the guy behind the turret. Oh, but Infiltrator gets behind him, and down he goes. Can we get ourselves a medic? Oh no, explosions happening on the NC. The Vonu are starting to turn it around. The NC don't actually have what they have. They need to drop in engineers. They need to drop in medics. They need to bring people back to life, but it doesn't matter. There's a guy already back on top of the turret, and that means that they are not going to take this base. That was a shock and all that they needed, and they weren't able to commit the way that they needed to commit. That is going to cost them precious, precious time. If they're smart, and I suspect that they are, that they're not going to piecemeal attack this. The commander would get on the horn and say, everybody... suicide, retreat, whatever. We're going to try again. We're going to try what we did, but just try it again. Don't everybody go in one at a time. None of this nonsense. Let's come on, let's split up the attack, guys. Not just one door. Not C4 hanging on the floor. Come on, guys. Let's go in a different way. Surround them, surround them. There's so many different directions you can attack from. But they're just taking one hell of a beating. I don't think it's going to happen. The NC really want to make this push happen. They brought themselves another max. If you got an engineer on this max, that would have been the move. pocket engineer to keep that max alive would have really given you what you needed. Someone needs to drop a grenade. Oh, C4 will do it to drop down that guy on the turret. More res grenades coming out to bring people alive who are not actually dead, because you can't bring back the max that way, unfortunately. I think there was a period of time you could, was there? I don't remember. I remember you used to be able to bring back maxes super fast. Oh, man. But all right, we got a, is it, I thought there was Auraxis Max. Is like on Jaeger? How? All right, so they have captured it. They do need to set down some more barriers. Handful of guys left alive. They got to hope that they keep that max full of ammo. He's going to need everything that he can get in order to stay up and running. We have 1 minute left to the last giveaway. Make sure you get a piece of it, because it will be over soon, and then that will be it. It'll be all she wrote. Then you'll have no reason to keep watching, unless you want to see who's going to win. All right. The Vonu are really starting to hammer on the point. The barrier is still actually staying up, but no, they've circled around. They have encircled the enemy. The attackers, the defenders, everyone putting in everything they've got. They got themselves their own max on the Vonu, ready to come to the point, doubling up, laying people down. He puts down one, almost puts down two, pushing in the point where no one is left alive. One man left alive. The max goes down, and Vonu recapture the base with 1:22 left. With over 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the game clock, though, the NC have an opportunity for another push. Without good logistics, I don't know how fast this push is going to get in here. That if the NC can't make this happen, that'll be the end of it for them. I see some explosions. The max is down. That's good news. We need more explosions in that door. Flashbangs. We need some smokes. We need to get everybody blind if you're going to get in there, and also flanking. You need a combination of all tactics. If you've ever watched backs play, this is pretty much a standard routine. I didn't move it too much. Now, if my moving it makes it not actually explode, that's a whole other thing, which is possible. This game's had worse bugs. Granted, nobody is going in that door that had the C4 in. Oh, man, we got a max still alive here, which is going to cause lots of trouble. Dropping in the smoke now, that's what you want to see. Blind your attackers. Try to circle in behind him, give him a good flank, as I see everybody's name circling around behind. Doesn't matter. It's only one guy against 8. So that NC character is not going to live long enough to put up one hell of a battle. With 40 seconds left on the defense timer and 1 minute 30 seconds left on the game clock, I'm not seeing that the NC are going to make this happen, even if they get a horde of zombies in there. The lasher spam is real. As the rocket primary is coming right at that max. He dodges them expertly, though. Feeling he might be running some flak armor to dodge the immediate danger of explosions. And it might actually be enough to get him this win with only 1 minute left on the clock and no overtime. That's pretty much all she wrote. And the last giveaway is officially over.
The Vonu's sovereignty has taken the facility.
Yes, they certainly have. Falling down from the lasher spam. The NC, the last of them that were there, have been put into the ground. Coming up very soon, ending with a knife fight. Have ourselves some of our good old shenanigans. GG's in the Yell chat. It's all your hard work. Well, I mean, also, we couldn't do the nooch battles we wanted to do, which could have ended completely differently. We knew trying to take this base would be one hell of a long shot. And that is our final score on the scoreboard. We'll be getting to the harasser races shortly. I still have plenty of drink. That's right. Praise Wazdar for that Vonu victory. That's right. I wish that that Gilquist had given me a celebratory video to play for them, but oh, whatever. It's fine. The Vonu win. Rage quit actually takes it all. 25-19. Had a little bit of glitch there, so we had to kind of play it by ear at the last minute. But it worked out. We're going to have ourselves some shenanigans coming up soon.
I'm not sure we're going to go ahead and do those anymore because it's been way over time.
So we're done? We're not even going to do like a knife fight?
Well, do you want to do a knife fight?
Yeah, I've been hyping it up this whole time. That's what we've been looking forward to. We've been looking forward to the shenanigans. That's what people came for.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at these guys. Push the button really hard. Because there's no reason to have the scoreboard on right now. So we'll go ahead and turn that off. We'll get ourselves a nice, clean, unadulterated view of this knife fight wherever it ends up going. Hopefully Shadow will like come in there and tell me when like the match is supposed to start. Unless they decide to all do it on top of this tower. I guess there's an option. Well, okay. I suppose that was something you could have done. Battle tower. Freedom for all. Bro. Well, I was trying to do like the whole lolcats thing. That's how old I am. Can I has freedom. Well, actually, what's funny is sober punators can't type either. It looks like, are we starting the knife fight already? It looks like we're starting the knife fight already. We have begun the knife fight. It is coming down to just apparently just these handful of dice. This is very anticlimactic. I guess everybody already left. Just these two guys just running for it. I didn't have time to announce it or anything like that. They're just going for it. Run for your life, you rat bastards. I'll never be able to keep up with them. Oh no, there's other people left alive. There's a three-man group. As they go for the three-way. Oh, and they turn around and go for it. I believe that is the last man left alive. That's my guess, unless there were other people on this map. Whoever this dude is. Was that it? Is that it, Shadow? Is that the anticlimactic knife fight that doesn't happen on top of galaxies? Oh, wait. Player 2, a new challenger has entered the field, and down he goes. One man and one man alone stands alive, but he reses him so he can get another kill on him, apparently. Are we done? Is that it? Is that it, Shadow? Is that the sad way that this ends?
Hey there. Yeah, we're in here.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Lukey man.
Yo.
I thought you guys had it. Granted, I think if y'all were fighting over neutral bases, you would have got it. Trying to take that base after someone has a turtled in defense, difficult. Had an initial attack that was really good. You turtled in pretty good. They got you. I disagreed with some of the lack of flanking tactics that were there. Granted, you guys are probably drinking as much as I was. So I don't know if you were, but I assumed you were. If you guys, if your outfit's as old as Rage Quit, that's how you choose to spend your nights gaming. But yeah, tell me what you were thinking on that last base. What was your plan of attack? Did y'all have like any kind of like counter moves? Or you were just gonna try like one strong cheesy push and?
Man, with us, it's all or nothing pretty much. We go in. If we go in, we go in. If we don't go in, shit.
But in either case, I thought you guys put up one hell of a fight. You guys are a really great outfit to watch. Though there were some things like, you know, you guys were coming strong, like, you know, were like trying to fight like a Vonu Liberator and ran it off with a Valkyrie. And I was like, that's pretty badass. But
oh yeah, I was driving that.
yeah, but you weren't able to continue it. Like your first run off, like I saw a Liberator run from you. I was like, he has a tank buster. Why is he running from you? Like, that was pretty amazing.
I don't know why he was shooting at me.
He didn't continue to run from you though towards the end. And I was like, oh, I mean, like at one point he got max height and he just started pegging you and you took off. And I was like, man, he was obviously scared of you. I'd never seen that before in my life, and that I really enjoyed more than anything else. Just watching a Valkyrie run off a freaking tank buster's Liberator.
Yeah, that was our Valk pilot. We didn't have any of our ESF or Liberator main pilots with us tonight.
Well, I know. I'd heard the Rage Quit guys in their early preliminary discussions were saying that you guys didn't have any Air Force that they had to worry about, so that they were gonna lean on that. That was their big plan.
No, we knew they had Luke.
Yeah, pretty much the only guy that flies on a regular base.
Well, in either case, it was a great fight. I really did wish I could have seen some of the harasser and flash races and knife fights at the end. That's what I was looking forward to. Actually, I guess I misread the rules because I thought each of those were worth points as well. Anyway, it's good stuff. You guys gonna do this again, or you're gonna like, you know, make some tooling to the rules to try to like work on entertainment? What's the plans for the future? I know that this was originally just you guys goofing around, and it turned into a big old event.
If we do this again, we're probably gonna get something's more ironed out, so we don't get the situation we had with Fort Liberty at the end, where we had a long ass wait time.
Yeah, that's why I suggested Shadow. You got to pivot. It happens a lot in competitions that there's almost always a technical difficulty, and so you have plans for how to deal with it. You have like a set period of time. You're like, we'll stall for this long, and if that time exceeds, then we just do something else. I've had to stall for so long. I was telling him, like, I've had one time where I had to stall for like 4 hours with the freaking flu before they called the cast. Like in Poland, like it happens. It happens a lot, and so you just plan for it. You plan for bullcrap to happen, and you just find a diversion where you can go. It's something because in the end, it's about entertaining people that are watching, and it's about the people who are playing, giving them something fun to do, so they're not super upset. It's about because that's the thing is people get too focused on winning and they forget that it's the game that you're playing that's fun. So as long as you can give them something fun to do, they can usually walk away happy. That said, in those like big world championship matches where there's a bunch of money on the line, the second place guys, even though they get a lot of money, they are the angriest people out of the entire set of people. So what do you think, Luke, of the format, though? I mean, I know you guys had some back and forth on the agreement on what the format was going to be. Did you like that?
I think it was pretty good. I think the first set of games, like the first two, I think, where we were initially over neutral based and point holds with the overtime, because I think the overtime's probably the best part.
Yeah, I think the overtime on a nooch fight is the best stuff, honestly. The attack and defense ones were interesting, but the nooch battles were, for my money, the more fun to watch. They really were. There was like a one hell of a battle just back and forth on a nooch fight, like just trying to get it, and that timer is always ever increasing. Like, it's not one of those ones where you have to run the clock back. That's exciting. Yeah. And I think that if you just built an entire competition around just nooch battles, granted, your admin accounts have to not be broken, but if you built an entire battle around nooch battles, I think that would be really fun to watch.
Yeah, not gonna lie, we were a little salty after we lost that first point after being about 10 seconds late with that gal drop.
Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, no, it was right there. Come on. Okay, I believe that is all
I agree.
What about Shadow? You got anything to say about putting on this event with 20R?
Oh, it was some meme taken too far. That's all I gotta say. The only thing I gotta thank everyone who was involved in this. It just it didn't really go the way we planned it, but I have to really just go down the list because it was
better than Community Clash.
Yeah, well, and everyone still had a great time. So, thank you for putting it together as well.
That's the important part, is having a great time. Because we were actually having a conversation in the chat about Planetside Battles kind of had that problem where it was just so many people and it's so hard to keep everybody happy with no matter how many rules and refs you have. And there's so much pride on the line that just everyone was mad. And at some point, just everybody hates everybody. It's so hard to keep it together. And this was like two outfits that really just love each other and they just wanted to have a goof. And so you were able to have tons of fun and not come out salty as a result of it, which is rare in Planetside.
I hate 20R. I hate that.
Yeah, but no one listens to you, Warhalo, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Allegedly.
No, Poonetters, yeah, no, it's always great when you're here, man. Thank you so much for coming and doing this and helping out the guys.
In all the outfits that were involved, E20R, RGQT, Dark, Skywells, everyone who was involved in this. See, there's also the Jaeger admins that I kind of got to thank for providing all of this Jaeger experience to us.
Yeah, and a lot of work went into it on their side as well, so we really do appreciate that.
This one, I guess it's also an apology at the same time. But, I gotta make it public.
Do it.
Archie, if you're watching this, sorry for the miscommunication, man, and I hope we're gonna do stuff together in the future.
That's cool. He's building that studio. He's building this studio.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if that is it, that's all you got to thank, Shadow?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a learning experience.
Well then, live from Texas, this has been Poonetters, your Texas caster and hype master, and this has been the Auraxis Games. I don't have anything else to leave you with. I am going to fire off all those emails to everybody who won as I go through clicking on a whole bunch of buttons. You will get an email. I will make sure to take screenshots of every last person that gets a code to. So if anybody wonders if they got one and didn't get their email, just hit me up on Twitter and I'll let you know if you're one of the winners or not. We'll also be sure to ask you to go ahead and post about it on Twitter so everyone can keep track of all of it. It's going to be a whole bunch of them, so I'll just have to get right on it. It's going to be my homework for the day. Luckily, I'm not in school anymore, so I can handle homework without being upset about it. See you guys later.